It allows you an opportunity to get some items that maybe we wouldn't necessarily show on the TV side of things because, well, we got to pay for that airtime. We don't necessarily have to pay for this airtime. And for that reason, we welcome you to join in, to chime in. There's a comment section right there that you're going to see right down below where you're going to be able to voice your comments, ask a question. If it's something that our wonderful producer, Elias, can't answer, then I will answer it. Or if I can't answer it, then it's just one of those questions you have to ponder, like the meaning of life, you know? Yeah, then there's no answer to it. I'm just kidding. We'll do our best. And we would like to hear from you guys, but also you're going to use that comment section if, in fact, you see something that you like. I think you are going to see something that you like today. Lots of things, in fact. And they're going to be wildly affordable, okay? So that being said, we want to welcome back our TikTok friends. This is the first show I've done since we've had you guys back online, so welcome, welcome. Now, as I understand it, we're still doing the same, taking care of them the same way that we did once upon a time? Elias?
Yes.
So, okay. So for you guys, it's going to be pretty simple. Just put in the comment section below. Let's see, I just accepted to TikTok. Yes. Okay, that's it. In the comment section down below, you're going to put shop 1. The first item is going to be this amazing ruby ring. Nice emerald octagon cut there. That is a genuine earth mined ruby. That is the king of gemstones. And it's fantastic. It's going to be super affordable. But that one's going to be shop 1. Okay, you're going to put that in the comment section. Elias, or Elias as some people call him, but it's Elias, potato. He's going to make sure that he gets you a link. That link is going to then, you just click on it. He'll send it back to you. You'll click on that. It'll redirect you to the website where you're going to be able to find out all the information, most of which I'm going to give you throughout the course of describing this product and many that go after it, which would be, for example, the next one's going to be shop 2. The one after that will be shop 3, so on and so forth. It's about the same thing for everybody who's watching on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. For you guys, you're gonna put shop 1, shop 2 for the second item, shop 3, unless we specify otherwise. And that's gonna then just click on it. It's gonna redirect you automatic. Okay, we're trying to get it worked out for our TikTok friends. It's pretty simple stuff. Keep in mind, if you have any questions, if for whatever reason, I want to let people know this because we had one of our wonderful clients the other day who was wanting to buy a really fantastic emerald ring and sent me a personal private message. Hey, the Live 25 code, because we're going to give you 25% off today, folks, in addition to an already lowered price. But she sent me a message saying, hey, the Live 25 code didn't work for this particular item. It was a fantastic item. I was like, oh, man. And so I said, let me check on it. But in any case, you can always dial this number right here behind me. So I'm going to give you just a second to sort of save that into your phone. And that's going to be the best advice I can give you. Go ahead and save it into your phone. Even if there's a question, well, I don't know if I'm probably not going to stay for very long. Save it into your phone because you will see something that sparks your interest and you will need this number. What is that number now? That's going to be our personal shopper line. That is exclusive. That's not the one I give you when I'm on TV, which I'll be on Tuesday from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. But that is going to be the personal exclusive live stream, not the live TV personal shopper line. Get a live person on the other line. They're going to be able to sort you out. They're not going to hard sell you. They're not going to push you. In fact, they're just super helpful and very kind. So it's a free resource. Take advantage of it. So save that number. I think that's going to take care of all the house cleaning. If I'm not mistaken, look at what we have coming your way too.
Shout out to Dragonfly Dave joining us on TikTok.
Dragonfly Dave joining us on TikTok. Welcome, brother.
CC Gutierrez as well on Insta.
CC Gutierrez?
Gutierrez. Yes.
I like that. CC, welcome. Yeah, guys. Any questions? Like I said, if I go too fast, go too slow on something, just give me a heads up. Are you ready to see some cool stuff? It's going to happen. Watch this. All right. So, what are we looking at here? Like I just said, this is going to be shop 1. What is it? It is a genuine earth mined ruby. It is very nice quality. It is a very, very large size. I don't have the exact carat weight up on my end, but I'm pretty good at guesstimating, and I'm going to say that is a carat plus, probably closer to 2. This is huge. And it may just be because you've got a halo of diamonds surrounding it. So probably about a 2 carat. I'm going to assume maybe 25 points of diamonds. 2 carat, check that. Here it comes. 2 carat 32. All right, an 8x6. So that's a very large. All right, back up. 2 carat 32. A couple important things about that. Okay, you've got amazing color on this. That's AAA quality. That's going to be in your top 10 percentile of the finest in terms of deep color saturation, in terms of hue. Right, the color that we're all aiming for when we go after a ruby. And this is Earth Mine. This is not. I want to repeat this. This is not a lab created. There's nothing wrong with lab created. I think it's a fantastic product. I'm happy they're out there because it allows people to get what are the most expensive gemstone pretty much in the world in terms of just the leader in the clubhouse, probably, I think, in terms of price per carat, right? Like the Sotheby's auctions and your very expensive auction houses and stuff like that. It's constantly breaking records. But it allows people to get something that's affordable. This is going to be less than the price of what you will pay for a lab-created ruby. That is going to be a fact. That you can get this ring, believe it or not, for less than you can get a ring of similar, all things being equal, that's lab-created. Now, it's 2 carat 32. Why is that important? Because we're past a couple benchmarks, important benchmarks. One being 1 carat. 2 being a 2 carat. Now, we're past even a 2 1/4 carat, a 2 carat 32 minimum. That is the minimum size that you will get. 8x6 millimeter, very, very large. Blood red, of course, as I just mentioned.
We had a quick question from Dragon. Just commenting, is it solid gold and white?
This is not. What this is going to be is 75% solid gold on top of 925 sterling silver. So we're not talking mystery metal. However, it's not going to be the solid gold. So it's not going to cost you $4,000. In this case, because it's a delivery system where you're still getting precious metal, so that's important, a good distinction. You're getting the look of gold because you have actual gold on as an overlay. It is a gemstone at a AAA quality. It's a gemstone that's worthy of being in gold, quite frankly. And if you decide down the line that you want to put that into solid gold, a similar mounting or otherwise, that is your prerogative, and I wouldn't begrudge you that one bit. But what you are getting is that $4,000 look. You're not paying the $4,000 price. You wouldn't pay that here anyway. You'd probably pay around $2,000 if it was in solid gold. But instead, we're going to be paying $539. But that's not the final price either. Now, this does have diamonds and that nice sort of ballerina style halo. Although when we're talking about a gents ring, we're just going to call it a beautiful halo. What? There's a ballerina in there? No. Look, you got the nice rivets there. Really nice. Almost, it's very, very similar to, you guys have seen the Rolex style design. This is very reminiscent to me of a Rolex style design. It gives it a nice three-dimensionality. You've got a finished under gallery there too. This feels very, very comfortable. This is a size 13. I wear a size 12, so it's a little bit large on me, but it feels very, very comfortable on the finger. And I can tell that if it was a size 12, it would feel like butter nonetheless. All right?
There's actually some interest in the plating as well.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about that for a second. What is vermeil? Vermeil has to be at least a minimum of 2.5 microns of gold on top of silver. It can't be if there's any metal underneath it other than 925 sterling silver or higher, then it cannot be classified as vermeil. 2.5 microns. All right, that's the minimum for it to be classified as vermeil. All right, this is 18 karat gold, so you're going to have that rich, buttery, very expensive look. Because 18 karat gold, as many of you know or may not know, is going to be 75% solid gold. All right? So if you have 14 karat gold, where I think about 56% and some change, 56.2, somewhere thereabouts, percent solid gold. For example, 24 karat, if this was 24 karat gold overlay, then it would be basically 9999 gold overlay. So we're going to call it 18 karat. Now we are in luxury range, right, with 18 karat. In fact, you wouldn't want most jewelry that would house a gemstone like this, a very valuable gemstone, to be much less than 18 karat. Because gold's a little bit softer. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about vermeil. It's not mystery metal because it's got precious metal underneath. Right? So when that gold, eventually, depending on how much you wear, if you wear it on a daily basis, probably get about a year or two wear out of it, and then you're going to start to see basically a little bit of silver. The silver will sort of come through. Now, you can always get that dip very, very inexpensively for the most part. Or you can choose, if you so choose, because the gemstone's definitely worthy of being in 18 karat gold, right? Or platinum, if you so choose. But this is the delivery system that allows you to get it for $539. Now, I hope that answers your question. And that was from Gutierrez?
That was from Dragonfly.
Okay, from Dragonfly. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if I can delve deeper into that particular topic of conversation. Now, one review on this. It's a 5-star review. Okay? So, relatively new item. I'm not sure how many we have of this. Did you grab those for me?
No, not yet.
Now, $539. Let's discuss that. That's not your final price. Your final price is going to be $539 minus 25%, which is going to get this down to let's see, 25%, 125. Yeah, 404. I was about to say that seems way too low. It is. It is what it is. I just did the math in my head. $404.99. So essentially $405 is your final price on this. After you use the code LIVE25. How do you do that? And you do that once you get to the website. Once you put in shop 1, okay? You click on that in the comment section. If you're doing it on TikTok, you're just going to put in shop 1. And then Elias will get you the link, which will redirect you to the website. This exact ring there. You're going to see the sizes and availabilities. Now, it's going to say that there's only a size 12. There is a size 13 because this is a size 13. I can tell because if it was a size 12, I wouldn't be able to just slide it on and off. So there is one size 13. But what I'm looking at now here shows me only size 12. The good news and bad news is, yes, I think there is a size 13, but B, or number 2.
We are number 3.
Number 3.
I'm looking at this, and I believe we're out on the size 13.
Well, how is there... Oh, I see. Maybe this is the 14. Okay, that makes more sense.
I'm kind of leaning towards this.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, maybe a 14, because 13 wouldn't be that loose on me. Okay, so I apologize. So I'm put the brakes on. We've got a 14, I'm pretty sure. It's not shown on here because usually we had it checked out. So this is going to be a 14. I thought it would be a 13. So it's not that loose. But we do have a bunch of size 12s. The good news is that's about your average size. This is going to be a find a finger, make it fit, make it work for you. You can get it sized. However, they will have to do something. It could get expensive because they're going to then have to do that vermeil over, unless you're going down. Unless you're going a size down, in which case it shouldn't be as much of an issue. Okay? So, that said, 404. Now, let's talk, and I always take a little bit more time. I'm going to move a lot faster, I promise, as we get into the various other items. But let's talk about budget pay for just a moment. For those of you who are not familiar, budget pay is an opportunity. It's available to everybody. This is not, we're not talking about any sort of credit card that we're trying to push on you. It's not going to be any situation like that. It's basically an opportunity for you to get this home for a fifth of the price that we're asking, which is $404. Instead, you can pay $80 today, get it home, make sure you love it. If you don't, you can send it back. You have a 30-day inspection period. That's the beauty of what we do here. We've been in business for now 18 years, so our company is old enough to vote officially. We've been in business unofficial, I guess not necessarily in this capacity, but for over 40 years. From our founder and the various businesses that he's been. It's sort of morphed into this business, but he's just sort of branched it out. So basically what you're dealing with is an A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau business that you're going to be very happy with. And we want you to be happy. If you don't like it, I want you to send it back. I'm not going to hurt my feelings. This is an easy sell at this price. Because in the retail world, this is going to cost you probably a minimum of $1,500. This exact ring. I'm not talking about the one that was, if it was in gold, because it looks like the $4,000 ring that you'd see at the retail, or $4,500. Especially with a 2-carat ruby. But the budget pay, that's a way for you to sort of stretch your dollars out. So it would be like a payment of $80 today, and then you're going to have 4 additional payments of $80. It's going to come out to about $2.70 or something a day for the remaining 4 months after your initial $80. Does that make sense? I hope so. If not, we're live and interactive. Let me know. Now, I'm going to try to move faster. I promise. I always take a lot more time on the first item because I want to explain to you the budget pay. I want to kind of explain to you the Live25 code. Those are 2 very crucial things here for you to consider. So I know half of you who are watching, maybe you just stumbled upon us, right? Maybe you just came upon the show and you was kind of flipping through the live streams or whatever it may be on various social media platforms. which, by the way, we invite you please to heart on the TikTok, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Even if you're not buying anything, it's just much appreciated. It helps us to spread the word and keep these prices low. The more people we have, the more items we sell, the better it is for everybody cumulatively. But now, where was I? I lost my train of thought, Elias. This is where you come in. No, basically what I'm saying is you're going to have an opportunity at budget pay. I like to explain these items a little bit longer in the first one. The second item that I'm going to show you here, okay? This is going to be not just I think this is probably more of a for her. It's going to say out of stock when you get to the website. So this is going to be shop 2. Now, it does say out of stock, but I'm assuming that just means we have one and we've got the one checked out. Is that correct?
We have 2 and I'm working on it right now. So
Okay. A note about that. If and when you see something is sold out online, when you get redirected there, I want to always invite you to call this number. They're going to be the final word because they have information that may not be synced up on the website. It just happens. Okay? It's a big organization. We're finally well-oiled, but it's the weekend, right? So sometimes, it takes a little bit for things to get sort of synced up. But they can definitely find those items that may still be out there, or if in fact it's checked out. For a lot of times we have items checked out on this show. We may have only one left. It will show sold out online. But I'm going to assume that we have 3 is what it says in my notes, or at least we did as of this morning. This is probably more for the ladies, but what I will say is, gentlemen, if you do get this, you are definitely a baller. You're definitely going to have, it's a power chain, whether it's for her or for him. But I would say probably more for her. If it was a 24-inch, you got to be bold. You got to be somebody who's a take charge dude. And ladies, this is absolutely, though, I think for something that I think you need to consider. This is one of our most popular items. It is Italian designed, Italian made, and it is choice. Now, this is going to be solid 10-karat gold. It's no shrinking violet. This is 15.5 grams. Gram weight is important when it comes to gold. Gold is, as many of you know or may not know, gold is at an all-time high. It zigs, it zags. It's a traded commodity, but for the most part, it has been steadily on a rocket ship to the moon over the last month or two. All right? So, when you get an opportunity to get 15.5 grams in solid gold, now this will be 10 karat, all right? So we're talking about, I think that's going to be about 46 to 48%, or 48% solid gold, okay? It's going to mean that, well, you're going to have a little bit more strengths. There's going to be a little bit more alloys mixed in. This 24 karat gold, a little bit softer. We sell that here too, every once in a while. And it is luxurious. But when you have 10 karat, you've got something that's a workhorse, yet still valuable, and very valuable in today's market, right? With gold being at an all-time high. Now, that being said, we've got this at a yesterday price because we're doing this not for $9,000. We're doing this for $29.99, and we're not even doing it for that because you're going to get the code LIVE25 off. So that's going to take another $750 off of that, basically $3,000. You're going to get this for $22.50. Is that right?
Correct.
Look at that. I did the math without even seeing my cheat sheet over here. For $22.49 and some change. $22.49.99. Budget pay. We just discussed it. This is shop 2. I'm going to work under the assumption that we have 3 because that's what it says in the notes here. I doubt that we do. I want you to call the personal shopper either way because this is going to show as sold out. All right? So this is going to give you that big chunky look. I want you to see this up close and personal. Let's do it like this. I'm sorry, I've got a hairy arm, but you get the picture. It's a hem show, right? So look at that. Italian design makes that cool. That slink sound, I like that. It's the sound of money. Now, $22.49. Lots of you who are watching right now, I know you didn't plan. Oh, this is what I was getting at earlier when I lost my train of thought. A lot of you might not have planned on making a purchase today, but now you're looking, you're saying, wait a second. I can get at the retail level. I'm trying to find. Do you have like bring me just a small little. It can be a vermeil chain that we have over here that we use for. Just bring me one of those. Just one of the smaller ones that we use for pendants. Because at the retail level, what I'm going to illustrate for you is at the retail level, what you're going to get for $29.99, or in this case, $22.49 probably more realistic. I don't want to like overinflate and use hyperbole. So at the retail level, it's a fine chain. You'll get a nice 10-karat gold chain like this. And you may get it for less than $22.49. Realistically, I think you could probably get this one at the retail level for around $1,000. But for $2,249, you can get this. Right? Yeah. So understand, the value is 100% there. Also, you'll have an opportunity to get this for less than $500, budget pay. So again, budget pay is what, if you weren't planning on buying anything, this is the opportunity for you to get this home. With zero credit check, it's not a credit card, as I mentioned before. It's available to everybody who's watching right this moment. Okay? $449. You get it home, see if you love it. If you don't, send it back. You have 30 days to make up your mind. Look, if there's a tag on it, though, keep that tag on it. So if you're going to go out partying in it, and then you're going to plan on returning after the weekend, and it's got a tag on it, you got to leave the tag on. You're going to have to be that dude or that lady, but don't do that. You're not going to want to return it, is what I'm saying. But you're going to have that opportunity. $449 gets it home. We've got very few of these. This is almost last in stock. What does that mean for you, though? This is important. Because the price of gold has gone so insane, because the deal on this was made, no doubt, probably 6 months ago, if not further back in advance, it was made at the 6 month ago price. Meaning that you're getting, of course we're making a profit on it, I would hope so. Otherwise, how are we going to keep the lights on? But very minimal. But what I can say is, if we got this exact same deal, if we made it today, the price on this, we would have to pass on. We'd absorb as much as we can, which we have done, and that's a whole other ball of wax when we talk about the tariffs and all this and that. I'm not making a statement whether of agreement or whatever about it. I'm just saying that, look, it's gonna affect things in depth, probably. Okay, so you got that combined with the fact that gold is going up like crazy, and the fact that you're getting this at a yesterday price. And the price when we made the initial deal, before pre-tariff, or pre-surge, I guess, and pre-gold, well, gold has been going up like the rocket ship, but it really went up really pretty hardcore. You can look it up online. Tells me you need to grab that. If you love it. If you don't, stand by. That's going to be shot too. And I definitely have to speed it up, I know, without even having our wonderful producer tell me. But that one deserves some time. That one's fantastic. I like that for the ladies. I like that for the gentlemen, too. I mean, look, it's a 20 inch. I have a 17-inch neck. Otherwise, I would have bottled it for you. But for me, 20 inches works good typically. That one's so chunky, though. It's going to be a little bit tighter. But I think for most guys, that one's going to work out. Like an 18 works out for most guys, especially with a smaller one. But that one's so chunky, it really, it's bulky and fantastic, quite frankly. So I like that one for both the ladies and the gentlemen. Now, let's move on to shop 3.
Yes, we're going to do our Orissa Rhodolite Garnet. White zircon.
Excellent. Orissa Rhodolite Garnet and white zircon. Okay. One of the most underrated gemstones, I think, out there in the world of gemstonery is this. This is Orissa Rhodolite Garnet. This is some of the finest garnet that money could buy. It's one of the most popular gemstones. It's just underrated, I think, in terms of price. Traditionally, it's been relatively affordable for most of the material. But when you get to the Orissa material, this was from an Indian mine that produced some of the finest rhodolite garnet the world had ever seen. It's no longer producing, I think, any of the good quality like this. But this is from Old Rough. These are clean, crystal clean. One of the interesting things about garnet is it's an all-natural gemstone. Typically, it doesn't require any heat treatments. Or most gemstones, let's say 90 to 95% of them are going to have some sort of treatment, whether it be heat or, diffusion. You name it, some form of treatment. This is all natural. It's also your January birthstone. It's also just a solid, cool-looking ring. Right, that blocked off top, very masculine. I love the baguettes. That gives you just basically a row of just I mean, deep, rich color, but the clarity on these is sensational. They're beautifully matched, mated, and calibrated. Those are not itty-bitty, teeny tiny stones. Those are not micro pave. Now, you do have some pave zircon at the north and south, flanking that end, which I like. It's not too much. It's not too little. It gives you the look of diamonds. It gives you the look of class and elegance while still maintaining that very masculine and solid, blocked off top, nice high polish surrounding it. And it's all going to be in 925 sterling silver. But here's the good news. It's going to be bathed in rhodium. What is rhodium? It's one of the members of the platinum family of metals. It's also one of the most expensive metals in the world. It's about $4,000 to $5,000 per troy ounce. That's higher than gold is, believe it or not. So what you get is basically a white precious metal, extremely rare, just like 925 sterling silver is extremely rare. It's finite, but it doesn't oxidize. It doesn't tarnish as easily as a 925 sterling silver might. So you're going to get that look, and it's going to last you a lot longer without you having to do all the cleaning and polishing. Now, 925, there's nothing wrong with 925 because it's fantastic. It's rare, all these things. It's very durable. It's perfect for jewelry and silverware for that matter, hence silverware. But you have to do the occasional, break it out and clean it, and you got to put some elbow grease in it. You're not going to have to do that. It's going to require very little upkeep because of that very expensive rhodium overlay, and you're getting the look essentially of platinum, or in this case, I guess white gold, because a lot of times when you get your white gold re-dipped, it will be a rhodium dip. So I hate to have to tell you guys this, but if those lovers of you out there that are lovers of white gold, you're basically, might as well get platinum. And platinum is super artificially low right now, I think, so might as well go with the platinum. Now, that being said, this has got 2 carats total weight. The majority of that, carat 81, is going to be in those Arista rhodolite garnet. That material is very, very rare to see in that kind of color, with that kind of clarity, that kind of quality, and that kind of size stone. Think about this. You got a carat 81 minimum. There's 7 stones. These are very large baguettes, nice emerald cut baguettes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. So nice size on those. The remainder is going to be in zircon. That is not cubic zirconium. That's a genuine gemstone, all natural, and it's a doubly refractive gemstone, so it gives you the look of diamonds. It's 19 points, about 20 points we'll call it. We're doing this for $119. That is not a $119 ring. Pure and simple. Okay? This is shop 3. You're going to get it for $89. Basically $90 when the dust settles. After you use the code LIVE25. It's got a finished undergallery. Very nice. It feels fantastic on the ring finger, or whatever finger you choose to wear it on. We have this available in size 10, 11, 12, 13, and size 14. It is solid. This will not disappoint. This is a solid, well, it's an amazing deal. Anytime you can get a ring like this that screams a couple $1,000 and you're getting it for less than $100, you have a budget pay. 0 credit check, 0 interest. We discussed this. It's available to everybody. You can get this home for $18 after you use the code LIVE25. If you love it and you're not wanting to spend a fortune, maybe you've never bought anything from Shop LC, this is the ring you want to buy because it's not going to break the bank. You, just like anything else, unless it's a clearance item, and I'll let you know if it is, you're going to have the prerogative to return it once you get it home if you do not love it, if it's not everything I say it is, and you say, oh, yeah, Chris kind of misled me. I'm not liking it as much as I liked it when I saw it on him. Well, fair enough. You will. You won't want to return it, but you can. You have 30 days. Keep the tag on it. There's a tag on it. Usually it's going to be in the bag that it comes in or in the box. But you're not going to want to. And I encourage you, when you get these items home, if there's even a question, is it a good deal? Because you're going to see it, and you'll know probably as soon as you take it out of the box, oh my gosh, is this real? Yes, it is. But go out there and shop. We welcome that challenge. In fact, I want you to, because I want you to understand the deal that you got. It's legit. All right. So that being said, I got to move on. I know I'll blow the 8 all day long if you let me. So that's a good looking ring. This is good looking. Elias, we got to get one of these.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I was thinking as a pinky ring for myself.
Oh yeah?
I would like that.
Yeah. Let's see. But that is in precious metal, by the way, too. Very durable gemstone, too. If I had dropped it on the ground, which I didn't, it'd be fine. It's about a 7.5 on the most hardness scale, so it's a very scratch-resistant gemstone. Ditto that for the white zircon, too. Genuine gemstone. That's a good-looking ring. Just a solid classic. Can't go wrong. Now, the reason why we're doing a hem show today, we do these from time to time here on the live stream. We don't show enough gents rings, things like that on the TV side of things. Let's face it. Here at Shop LC, the majority of our clients are females, right? We get that. We do have a good bit of dudes that watch. But there's just not as many, so thus, obviously, we're going to cater more to the ladies. But I'm always excited whenever we get to bring something to the guys as well. And ladies, I think, are excited to be able to get something for the guys. Even a guy that doesn't like jewelry, I think, when prompted, if he gets it home and he's able to check out some of these, I think he's gonna like it. I mean, think about it. Who are guys that wear jewelry? Well, let's think about it. We got sports stars, rock stars. Kings wear jewelry. All right. That being said, I used to not be a big jewelry person until I realized that ladies like it and I like it. And so, I've come around over the last 10 years since I've been in the business. I was mainly just selling originally for women's jewelry, but now that I've been able to afford a lot of it, working here, I got a lot.
Now, we do have some reviews from our previous auction, both from Beth and Philip.
Okay, yeah, we should. Okay, I'm happy to stay on for a little bit longer, but I know we got a ton to get to, and I know we're 40 more minutes in. All right, I do want to say what Beth had to say. I'm so happy with this ring. She bought it for herself. Okay, so Beth bought this ring for herself. So, ladies, don't be scared, I guess. Yeah, good for you, Beth. Bought it for myself. I have larger hands and thought I would be able to wear this successfully. I bet she could. She's going to look like a CEO. But ladies, there's nothing wrong with looking like a CEO. Being powerful. Yeah. And I am, she says. It is clean and modern, great east and west presence, and the color of the rhodolite is lovely. I'm very happy. I like that, Beth, and I like the cut of her jib because you know what? We're talking about it as a gents ring, and because of that blocked off top, but ladies, don't ever be scared to jump in on any of these pieces if you so choose. I think it could work. But just know that if I see you wearing them, I'll be like, I might think you're my boss, but that's got to be a good thing, I like that. I like that, Beth. I like the cut of your jib. That's cool. Good for you, Beth. I love it. So yeah, look, you do you, everybody. But this, yeah, it's solid. I'm glad you included that. Now, this is perfect because I just put this on because I love it so much. Now, strontium titanite here and moissanite. This is one of the gemstones. Now, this is both of these moissanite. Full disclosure, strontium titanite is a lab-created gemstone, as is moissanite. Strontium titanite has one of the highest dispersion rates of any gemstone known to man. Okay, it is probably, I want to say that strontium titanite, it's known for its sparkle, so it has a higher dispersion rate than both diamonds and even, dare I say it, the moissanite, which surrounds it in that nice picture frame halo. All right. It's a lab created gemstone. It is relatively expensive to lab create, so it can get a little bit high out there. And in fact, I was watching another network. It's probably been 6 months ago. They had a big run on it. They were doing fantastic with it, but they were selling for close to, definitely higher than what they were selling moissanite for. Now, here's the deal. It's not quite as hard on the most hardness scale as, say, moissanite or diamond, for example. Diamond's going to be a 10, right? Then you got moissanite, which is the space diamond that fell to Earth, as Steve Cardone so eloquently put it in his book, the moissanitebook.com. You can go check it out there. But it's about a 5 to 6 on the most hardness scale. What does that mean for you? If diamond's a 10, it just means that you want to pick and choose, right? You don't want to wear this if you work in the trades, gentlemen. This is more of a just when you're going out to dinner, you're going to nice. You're not going to be banging around a lot. Now, it's not soft by any stretch of the imagination, right? Because a 5 to 6 is still very hard. I mean, think an opal is about a 5 to 6 on the Mohs hardness scale. It's just about scratchability. In other words, what can scratch it? Well, anything higher is going to, for example, an emerald is going to be about a 7.5 to an 8. You know, the aforementioned garnet is going to be about a 7 to a 7.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. So it just means don't bang around in it. But if you want something that has more sparkle than a diamond, yes, it does. More sparkle than even our beloved moissanite, that is strontium titanite. It is a miraculous looking gemstone. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Talk about rainbow dispersion. Holy smoke. This gemstone is next level. We don't have. This is only the second time that I've seen this here at Top of the Sea. It's relatively rare out in the gem world to even see this, but when you do, I gotta say I don't think I've ever seen a diamond that sparkle like that. I've never seen a moissanite that sparkles like that. So it's one of the most beautiful stones that you're ever going to see. And I don't want to say that it's not hard. I would say that's the only downside. Otherwise, we'd be advertising this ahead of moissanite, ahead of diamonds probably. But it is one of the most amazing stones. And again, very expensive to lab create, this one. All right. That being said, this is going to be a 2 carat 95 for all intents and purposes. That's going to give you the look of 3 carats. All right. You got a very, very nice. That's going to be a nice round on that one. But it is in sort of a picture frame halo. I love this, the side work that they've done here. This one's going to be shot 4, by the way, right?
Correct.
Shot 4. All right, it's going to have 30 points of moissanite surrounding it. All right, so it's a picture frame halo. Going to give you the look of diamonds surrounding it, basically. Very expensive diamonds. But look at that rainbow dispersion. Holy smoke, that sparkle is like next level. Whew. I don't get to see these very often. This is. And I looked at it before the show, but I didn't have time to just sit there and bask in it. This one, folks, this is one to not miss. Look, we rarely get these. You rarely find this out there. This is going to be a real conversation starter, and people are going to think you basically spent 40 grand on a D-flawless diamond. It's about the only thing I can even it's unlike anything else out there. It really is. It's solid. Look, this one. We've got 5 reviews on this, and that's about, I'd say, the average amount of reviews. I used to think it was a 6. It's probably about 4 reviews, right, for jewelry that we have here. So we got 5 reviews. It's 5 stars. The most sparkle of any gemstone I have ever seen, because it does have more sparkle than any gemstone you probably have ever seen. Shows every color of the rainbow. Absolutely breathtaking. I could say it better myself. Unbelievable. I've never seen it. I've never seen that stone until I bought it. I've only seen one other in my life. So very rare to see. In the world of lab created, it's very rare to say it's rare to see a lab created. But it's because it's very expensive to lab create. Now, very nice sparkle, fire, brilliance at an affordable price. Nicely done. I can wear it daily without worry. Okay, they can wear it daily without worry. Now, they may not work in the trades. If you're like I'm just saying, if you work with your hands a lot, don't bang around with it. Just be gentler on it. Nicely done by your jewelry professionals who devoted their time, professionalism, and obvious skills. And that's another beautiful thing about it. Because when we're talking about a lab-created gemstone, one of the beautiful things about that is, let's just say, for example, use a diamond as an example. With a diamond, with a lab-created, you might have some inclusions in it, right? They're going to be much farther and fewer between, right? If there are inclusions, they're usually going to be smaller because there's not the presence of as many purities, for example, hydrogen or et cetera, with a diamond. Where then, if we, let's just say we're talking about a diamond, an earth mine diamond. We pull the rough out. Well, now we got to cut it down. Now we're starting to see that down. We're starting to see the good meat, right? But now we've got to cut around maybe this big inclusion, or maybe we got to put a prong over that inclusion, and we have to just bend ourselves into pretzels as a lapidary to cut this particular gemstone. But when you have lab created, it takes out a lot of that element. So so a lapidary, They can be a very skilled, and usually we use nothing but skilled lapidators here, but they're not having to do all that different angling and twisting and a facet here. Maybe we just do a less of a facet over there because of that inclusion. We want to try to minimize the look of that inclusion. There's not as much of that. So as a result, you get usually a much better cut because they don't have to bend themselves into pretzels cutting around this inclusion or that bit of feathering and what have you, right? So that's something you consider too. So you get an amazing cut, no doubt. And this has an amazing cut. But that gemstone, ooh, it's something else. Now, we have this in a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're doing it for $179. You get 25% off with the code LIVE25. $134 is going to be your final price. You have a $26 budget pay, 0 credit check, 0 interest payments.
I'll be honest, this is the first one for me as well too.
This is the first time you've seen Strontium Titanite?
Yes.
The thing the only thing I don't like about it is the name. It's too long. Strontium Titanite.
I like just Titanite.
I mean, it's a cool name. It's just like try saying Strontium Titanite 3 times fast, right?
Yes.
Moissanite. Strontium Titanite. Strontium Titanite. Strontium Titanite.
This is something I definitely.
It sounds. It's a pretty. All right. It's kind of a badass name. I like it.
I'd add this to my collection.
It's so cool, and it looks so expensive, and it should be. Quite frankly, we should be. I'd say probably knocking on the door of about $1,000 on this. If this was at the retail level, and to be honest with you, I've only seen about 2 of them at the retail level, and I'm out there kind of just. I mean, not all the time. I don't like live out in the retail world, but I kind of. I gotta do recon work, right? Anytime I'm out, and like for example, we have a place here called the Domain. Anytime that I'm out in that area, I'm gonna go by Neiman's or wherever and kind of look at some of the jewelry and kind of. But I hate being that dude, but I do, and I'm like, what are we talking about on this one? I'll ask her. Now, that being said,
we are a month away as well from Father's Day.
Yeah, that being said, I'm glad you mentioned that. And let's actually, you know what? Not that being said. That is very important. Okay? Mother's Day is very important. That is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Guys, if you haven't got anything for Mom, it's okay. We're gonna help you in the second show. We've already helped you. It's not gonna be there by Mother's Day. No worries. All right. I went to go send. Hopefully she's not watching. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything. But look, if it doesn't get there on the day, just let her know. Take a picture of it. When you go to, for example, this one. Let's say you were getting this for Mother's Day, just for argument's sake. If it doesn't get there on time, you can always take a picture. You can go to the website. You're gonna have like 4 or 5 pictures. You're gonna have a much more attractive hand model than me. With my big ogre hands showing any item or any female ring that we have for sure. And they're going to have fantastic pictures. You just take a picture of that and be like, look, hey, I apologize, it's not going to be there on the day, but it'll be there. And it'll be just as good. Mom's usually very cool like that. To give birth to you, trust me. She'll get over it. And when it does come, and you can build to and ship to, so you can have it built to you, have it shipped to her, any item, and for example, especially the second show that we're going to be doing today. There's going to be lots of good stuff from Mom. But why are you giving me this number? It's always never bad to have. Mm-mm. Oh, is this just kind of an in-between?
Yes.
We need to, good. I like where your head's at. See, this is why you get paid the big bucks and why you're the brains of the operation. Two wonderful cliches because it's true.
And if they need assistance too, with their build to ship to.
Yes. Okay. I figured that was what you were getting at. But no, I like you flashing that up in between any item that we do if it's not trouble for you to do, because this is a number everybody needs to have saved in their phone. All right. If you like this show, or if you like one of the other hosts who do this show, then you need to have that number saved, because no doubt you are eventually going to see something that you love, and you're going to see it at a better price than you've ever seen it at before in any retail store. I can almost guarantee that. All right. So that being said, this is the personal shopper line. I like for everybody to save that number, whether you're watching on any of the platforms, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, okay, or even on the Shop LC website, because occasionally there's going to be hiccups with a big organization like this where we literally have multiple, probably tens of thousands of items in our inventory. There's inevitably going to be some hiccups here and there, especially over the weekend, when a lot of the main inventory people are home, whereby the personal shoppers will have access to information that, for example, on the website may not be current. Okay, maybe there's a return of something, or maybe we have something checked out. For example, that happens a lot, where there's only one item left of what we're offering here for you, and it's going to show us sold out, and I don't want you to be like, oh man, and just call it a day. At that point, I want you to call the personal shopper and say, hey, if you love the item, I want you to call them and say, hey, tell me about the shop, whatever. This is personal shopper exclusive to the live stream here, okay? That being said, we are going to move on. The next item I'm absolutely in love with because I'm a huge fan. My new favorite design for a bracelet or a chain, I think, at the moment. And it changes over time because, look, I see thousands and thousands of pieces of jewelry annually, okay? Sell thousands and thousands of pieces of jewelry annually. And so I've seen it all, but one of them that just gets me every single time I see it. I love it for men. I love it for the women. In fact, I think this is going to work just as good, if not better, for the women because this is going to be a 7.5. I wear a 7 3/4. I'm kind of a bigger guy, maybe. I don't know. I'm 6'2", about 215. I've been hitting the gym a little bit and maybe eating a little bit more than I should. So that's probably the main bulk of the weight there. But so I have a pretty big wrist and pretty big hands. But I think this is going to work for most of the gentlemen. Look, if you can rock a 7.5, which this is, I think, yeah, because it almost fits me. I could squeeze into a 7 3/4, but I wear about an 8. So, ladies, this is definitely going to work for you. Maybe a little bit of drape if you're itty bitty petite, but I think a little bit of drape's sexy. All right. But guys, if you can rock a 7.5, get this and get it right now. This is solid 14 karat gold. This is heavy. This is a Byzantine. It's an old. It's an ancient link. It's one of the strongest links you can get. It's got nice articulation. It's beautiful. It's uniform. It's bulky. It's just solid. I love it for so many reasons, but this is a heavy piece. Now let's talk about gold. 14 karat gold, many people call it the new 18 karat. When I was a kid, now I'm about 40, I'm going to be 45 this year, right? When I was a kid, 14 karat was kind of the standard. 18 karat, now that was like that was for the rich people, right? When I was coming up in the 80s. Well, I think it's kind of shifted, and one of the reasons why it's shifted is because over the last 40 years, we've seen well over 400% increase and then some in the price of gold. Here's the trend, kind of. This is just 5 years, all right. So this is per troy ounce of gold, and you guys can look up this information as well. This is not some secret information that we have. It's available out there on that's the Google machine. So we're about in 2020. We're about around 1,400, a little bit higher, right? Now, what was I talking about earlier? Talking about the rocket ship to the moon that we've experienced here. Gold went up like crazy last year. And then kind of a little plateau there at the very end of the year. But it zigs and zags. But what else does it do? The trend line is up. And it's been up in a major way over the last several years in particular. Why? It's a finite metal. It's used in many things other than just the application of jewelry. But the jewelry, of course, has never been more popular. There's never been more demand, right, for the jewelry. But there's also lots of other applications and competing interests. And again, because it's finite, we only have so much in the Earth's crust. We're running out. And look, who knows ultimately? But most scientists think that the majority of the Earth's gold has been mined. I don't know that that's true because I think you've got oceans, and now they're looking at different ways of mining in the ocean and things like that. And that presents a whole other host of challenges and potential environmental impacts, which of course we'll have to address as they come up. But the bottom line is this is a very valuable metal, has been for many, many moons. So when you have an opportunity, we get what I think is the new 18 karat gold. When we're talking about 14 karat gold, it's very strong, right? It's going to have nice luster. For me, it's probably the ideal for everyday wear, okay? You're one up, a little bit more luxurious than the 10 karat. Not quite as much of a workhorse, not quite as banged around. But look, when you have a link that's this strong, that's this heavy, the Byzantine, it's a powerful link. So I love this. I love this on so many levels. I want one very badly. I will say, guys, if you're like me and you need an 8-inch, or ladies, if you need an 8-inch or 7 3/4, whatever, we do sell at shoplc.com or call the personal shopper. They're going to be able to set you up with an extender, a small extender. We have innocuous ones that you probably won't even notice, because this one has that lobster claw clasp. Nice lobster claw clasp too. Good size. I like that they kept up with the continuity in terms of the size, because this is a nice thick link. So that lobster claw clasp is going to kind of disappear if it gets slinked around, right? You barely notice. But that's also going to allow you to grab an extender on one of our websites. You can do a vermeil one. I think we even have them in gold if you so choose. So you can find the one that's just right for you if you want to extend this. So I would definitely recommend that if you're loving this as much as I am. We're not doing this for $8,000. This is almost 10 grams. Okay? 10 grams at the retail level will cost you a small fortune these days, especially because, look, they've gone up and up and up in price. All right, at the retail level. They have to. They have to adjust. Just like we're going to have to adjust. We're doing this at a probably last November price. And gold was a lot lower then. It was barely, I don't think it hadn't even breached 3,000. At that point, we've been at, what was it just at? You just showed me, and I apologize.
Yes, it's all good.
We're 33.29 right now. That's as of today, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I think they do. Actually, I think it's traded over the weekends too. I think it's traded 24/7. Could be wrong. So this time in November 14th, for example, which I'm just assuming. I'm just kind of pulling that date. I just know that the price that we have this at tells me that this deal was made a while back. We're giving you the savings and what the deal as we made it then with the markup we would have given then as a business. And it was at about $23.59 in November 14th. Go back to November 14th. Perfect. $25.86. We're now at, fast forward to today, we're now at $33.29 per troy ounce. I'm throwing a bunch of numbers out there. I hope I'm not losing you guys on this. That being said, this I feel like is something we're doing that we would have done when we were at that price in gold. So you're getting it for $24.39, but you're not really getting it for $24.39 because this is going to get below, with that code LIVE25, this is going to get below $2,000. We're going to have this, ultimately, you finally pay $18.29 for nearly 10 grams. Think about that.
4 available.
4 grams at the retail level, I suspect, average. Now, you can find some places out there that have really good gold prices. I'm not going to lie. Because I want you to go out and shop. Shop around. If you can find a better deal, I want you to take it. I want you to return this. I don't think you will, because I don't think you're going to find a better deal. Especially not now. Not with the price of gold. All right. You have a $365 budget pay opportunity on this. $365. How about that? Is that for leap year? Right? So, you get this home for $365. If it's not the coolest link, it may not be the coolest link. It may not be for you. But the Byzantine, I'm telling you folks, this is solid. And it's not just me. I'm in love with it. It's just kind of my personal jam right now. So it's anecdotal. But I can tell you right now, trending-wise, this is one of the fastest trending. The one that we get many, many, many emails. For a while, it was we had a lot of Miami Cuban. And then we got a little bit more of those in stock. So we had a lot of demand for that here. So a lot of it's anecdotal. But from my standpoint, and actually from an anecdotal standpoint, from what we get a lot of emails about, it's like, hey, when are you going to get more Byzantines in? So it's a very hot trending look right now, too, I will say. So take advantage of that one. This one's going to be shop 4. How many of these do we have?
This is shop 5, and we have 4 available.
It's shop 5, and we have 4 available.
Yes.
Okay?
And we can get into our shop.
That's the last in stock. For all intents and purposes, we're talking 10 grams. 14 karat. This is not vermeil. All right, that's the solid, real deal. It is very, very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that one, for sure.
Now we're going to do our shop 6 and shop 7 back to back because they're coordinating.
Okay.
Just different carats in gold, or different colors in gold.
All right. Okay. This is from the Mirage collection.
So 6 is white gold, and then 7 is yellow gold.
Is this the Santa Maria in the white?
Ceylon blue.
Oh, that's the Ceylon blue sapphire. Ooh. Okay, cool. I like it. Now, why do I like this ring? You get a big, bulky look. You have the excellent use of the what's called the negative space. But this is from the Mirage collection. This is one of our most popular designs for the ladies that we had in ladies' jewelry. It's like, you might remember that big, almost like a cushion, like a pillow that we put a nice gemstone in, whatever gemstone it was, and it worked out really, really nicely. It was beautiful. It had elegance and class and sophistication, but you also got a lot of bang for your buck. You also got a lot of bulk. This is going to do that exact same thing. Now, let's talk about the gemstone. I don't know if you guys can see. So it's not going to be solid, but what this is going to be is solid 10 karat gold, right? Oh, we're going to do the other one first? Let's do the turquoise first. Do you mind?
Okay, yeah.
Is that going to mess you up?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Because I want to go into this one first, and I like that. I like that Ceylon because before the show I was like, whoa, yeah, that one I'm very, very excited because we hadn't had one of those in a while. In fact, this is a more rare gemstone, I will say, than even a Ceylon sapphire. We're about to get to that one, but this gemstone, folks, if you're not familiar with turquoisite, it is. And it's not just me that thinks this is. It's what a lot of people think is it's going to be the next alexandrite. And alexandrite, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's the original color change gemstone, right? It was originally discovered in the Ural Mountains of Russia, named after Alexander the Great. It's a color change chrysoberyl. This is color change diaspore. Color change chrysoberyl is about an 8 1/4 on the most hardened scale. This is about a 7 and a 6 1/2, 7 1/4. On the most hard scale. So very similar in terms of the most hardness, but and very similar in that they have a very strong, not color shift, but color change. Okay, this one's going to go from a nice, like right now I'm looking at it, it's a nice kiwi green, which is going to give you very much the look of probably I'd say like almost like a neon green chrysoberyl in that respect, to a strawberry champagne. Very much mimicking, I would say the closest thing I can think of would be very much probably a morganite, right? Almost a strawberry champagne sort of color. So you get that total shift. Now, it can also get, be in somewhere in between if you have different sources of light, whether it be UV, incandescent. So it just depends on what source of light you have it in. Like right now, you're sort of seeing kind of a combo because we have different types of lights in here. But it is a beautiful gemstone. One of the things that's very noteworthy about good quality turquoisite, and it's a one-source gemstone, which is also something very noteworthy, because alexandrite's not, and it's 20,000 a carat for the really good stuff. But look at this. So this is a perfect example. Look at you, Johnny, on the spot. The only place this can be found is in the Anatolia Mountains of Turkey, hence turquoisite. It's also the scientific name, I guess, would be color change Turkish diaspora, okay? Could you go back to that? I love that. Because this is going to illustrate the color change much better than I'm going to be able to show you right now. Because right now I feel like it's mostly on the kiwi green side, but this will show you. So that's on. We're talking the more sort of the strawberry champagne. This one, and whoever took that picture did it in this very similar light to this one, where you had a little bit of probably the exterior UV light and then some incandescent from inside. But it's also been known as zoltanite. There's been various trade names. The one that I think is going to stick and ultimately is going to be turquoisite, right? But this is the perfect illustration. If you really want to break it down, that's the color change that you're going to see. If you really want it in stark terms. So it's not a shift. It is a drastic change. There's very few gemstones. You can probably count on one hand, maybe 6 fingers. The number of gemstones would be sapphire, garnet, alexandrite, color change chrysoberyl, this, and a few others. You got fluorite, but certain gemstones require certain treatments in order to do the color change. This is all natural. It's a one source, that Anatolia Mountain region. It is getting more and more rare by the day, but it's already a well-known commodity. In other words, it's known in the gem world. So it's not one of those ones that people don't know about. So thus, it's just getting more and more valuable. And it's getting more and more notoriety. So that being said, to be able to get this for $799, if you got it just for that carat 25, that is a benchmark, well past the 1 carat benchmark. And that is a AAA quality in terms of the color saturation, the deepness of the color. That is very, very nice color. All right, we're going to be in the top 10 percentile. So this is a very fine and valuable gemstone. If alexandrite is the model, then this has the potential. It is not currently. Right now, I would say something like this would easily be running in the marketplace, probably in the neighborhood of anywhere from $2,400 to $2,500. We're doing it for $799. Okay, it's going to be in solid gold. The mounting and that gemstone are worth, I think, at a bare minimum, $799 each. So this is a fantastic look. You know, it's got the shape of some more of a traditional gents ring, but because of that Mirage collection, you get a really cool look, and you get almost this spoked up design. Gives you nice thickness, nice bulk to it. But it doesn't, full disclosure, it doesn't quite have the gram weight, which is one of the reasons why we're able to bring it to you well under, being obviously, you know, in 10 karat yellow gold, we're able to bring it to you well under. But I think that's one of the coolest designs, the Mirage collection. So cool. So you've got all this nice filigree work underneath. Going to be very, very comfortable on the ring finger. And the impression that it leaves is that of a very, very nice, just nice texture, nice three-dimensionality of a big, bulky gents ring. Very, very nice. And this one we're doing for $799. Now, use the code LIVE25. You're going to end up getting it for $600, $599. So under $600.
Shop 7.
By a penny. It's Shop 7. Okay? Shop 7. Very rare gemstone. And I love this Mirage collection. I love the design. I love everything about it. I'm so glad we did this in a gents ring as well. But ladies, grab that if you love it. I have no issue at all whatsoever. Like our friend Beth that went for the other gents ring. I think this could absolutely work for the ladies as well. Now we've only got about probably 24 of these to go around, but we do have them in various sizes. The lowest size that we're going to have, ladies, if you decide you want to go for one of these, is probably going to be about a 10. But it does have a sizing bar at the bottom. So I don't think you won't have any issues if you decide to get that size. We can put a little sizing bar in there. $119 on budget pay if you want to get it home. So I think this is a relatively new one. We do have two reviews on this though, and those are both 5-star for what it's worth. So I like that. That shows me that a lot of people that got it home. I love this ring, says Wayne. Larry J. Different but fabulous. Love the ring. Looks great on my hand. Thank you for sending what I was expecting. I like it I like when you get what you expect. Also like the fact that if you don't get what you expect, you can return it. 30-day inspection period. Let's move on. That's fantastic. Now this is going to be under the same banner. Is that right?
Shop 6. This is going to be Shop 6.
Okay, so this is all going to be Shop 6. We're giving you two different options.
Yes.
It's weird because usually it'll be like we'll give you the turquoisite but with a white gold option. But we're giving you two separate and in two separate golds. So they should almost be their own, but I'm cool with that. This one, Ceylon Blue Sapphire. Now, a little bit more well-known gemstone. Probably the most popular gemstone right now. Probably the most popular gemstone there is a blue sapphire. Now, Ceylon Blue. This is Sri Lankan sapphire. This one's got a nice sort of almost like a cornflower blue. I love it. It's a very rare gemstone, of course. Not as rare as the turquoisite, but probably more popular, more well-known, right? This is the most probably popular gemstone there is in the world. It's a 9 on the most hardness scale. Corundum, right? This is fantastic. People love this cornflower blue. That is a fantastic opportunity. Nice color saturation there. It's not going to be the royal blue, right? Now, we do see a lot of those darker royal blues, and those are fine. It's all really a matter of preference. But that is a very, very fine and very expensive gemstone. You got a 7x5. It's going to be a full carat minimum. So that's a benchmark. That is very important when we're talking about rare gemstones. This is one of your precious gemstones, one of your 4 diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires. And rubies. As I said that. Diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires. Oh my! There's some argument, as to what constitutes a precious gemstone. There's more expensive gemstones than even the precious gemstones,
now,
right?
we do have lower quantities on this auction. Shop 6. Shop 7 was our turquoisite. We had 10.
Oh, so they are different. They are different numbers.
Yes.
So this is okay. So this is Shop 6.
Yes.
That one was Shop 7. Okay, so they are 2 separate ones. Okay. So yeah, that's right because I made you switch them around. So we've got this one is the Shop 7. This will be Shop 6. So we're kind of going back in time a little bit. So I wanted to make that distinction. Now they're both going to be the same price, which is wild. Sapphires tend to be a little bit more expensive, especially for this good quality. The Ceylon in particular, the Sri Lankan sapphire, that's the new cashmere. And cashmeres were known as, from the Kashmir region, were known as some of the finest Ceylon now holds that distinction. Think of it in terms of, if we're talking about emeralds, you hear about the finest emeralds in the world, or Colombian emeralds, the finest rubies in the world, or Burma rubies. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't get better rubies from different regions. There's fantastic rubies, emeralds, and sapphires in different regions as well, but it definitely holds a pedigree, okay, when we're talking about Sri Lankan. So, or the Ceylon, that is, which is to say Sri Lanka, okay? So that definitely has a pedigree, though, if we're talking about in terms of resale value, right? So let's consider that as well, especially when you get this for $800. You're knocking $200 off that. You get it for $599. Same price as the other. If you can afford it, I say get them both. Get them home. And you could pick whichever one you love. You got the 30-day inspection period. But I'd say get this and the turquoisite because they're both very similar in terms of that mirage style. This one's going to be in white gold. 10 karat white gold versus 10 karat yellow gold. Usually you're going to put a little bit more of a premium on the white gold because then they have to add either palladium or I think combine with a little bit of zinc and then or rhodium in with the gold. So that usually is a little bit more expensive than just say a regular yellow gold. But it's neither here nor there. It's really just a matter of taste. I like a blue gemstone with white precious metal, and I like the turquoisite because of the greens and the yellow gold. Any gemstone, it's just a personal preference thing. But those are both fantastic. There's no wrong decision here. So we got shop 6 on that one. But are they under the same banner on the website?
Yes, on the website they are going to be under the same banner.
Okay, so when you get redirected to the website, you can have the opportunity to look at both of these.
Correct.
If I haven't shown them sufficiently, I feel like I have. And gosh, we're getting a little bit behind, aren't we?
We're actually, yes.
We're still doing good?
Yes, we're decent.
Okay. I just want to try to make time for just about everything if we can, because we got so much cool stuff.
We're going to jump into our grand ditty right next.
All right, very cool. All right, folks, let me know if you have any questions. We do have this available in the various sizes. On that one, we've only got about 9 of the sapphire, and we do, again, have about 2 dozen of the turquoisite available. So I'm satisfied that everybody here that's watching right now is going to be able to grab one. I can't say that if we do get a showing on TV, and I don't know that these have been shown any substantial way on television because these are fantastic. But if they get shown on prime time, I always like to let you guys know that chances are those will probably be gone. Okay? So great opportunity there. Now, Grandidierite. This is named after, it was discovered, I think, by a gentleman by the name of Alfred LaCroix, who then named it after who I'm assuming was his professor of some kind. I don't know the exact story. I just know that he named it in honor of Alfred, a gentleman by the name of Alfred LaCroix, I believe is his name, named it after another Frenchman named Alfred Grandidier. Hence, Grandidierite. This is one of your rarest gemstones in the world. It's about a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. Very, very minuscule deposits of this have been discovered throughout the world. I think they've recently discovered a very small pocket in Brazil. You get this really nice, almost like a teal color. It's unlike any other gemstone out there. Some of the finest quality can command upwards of $10,000 to even $15,000, $20,000 per carat. This is good quality. I don't know that it's $10,000, $20,000 per carat, but it's definitely fine quality. And it's a rare and remarkable gemstone. It's one that's like I said, sometimes you'll see it and people can maybe confuse it for an emerald, but it's really just unlike anything else that you're going to find out there. And this is one of those rare and exotic gemstones that we're really excited to be able to bring you because I never saw Grandidierite out in the retail world until I came here. But it's in a lot of top 10 of the rarest gemstones. It can be in a lot of top 10. It was on Forbes' list several years back as one of the most expensive gemstones as well as one of the rarest. So it's been in a lot of those lists. And for that reason, I don't understand why we're doing this. A very, very handsome, classic bezel set gents ring, right? This is going to be it's going to have that everyday wearability. I like a bezel setting. You don't have to worry about it getting caught on your shirt, or, any kind of prongs or anything like that. Like I had a prong the other day on a gents ring I was wearing, and it's not a knock against the gents ring. It's my fault for just being, a clumsy ogre. But I ripped one of my biggest, thickest gold chains too. It was a 14 karat gold chain I had, and I just got caught on there, and I was in a hurry, and I was taking off my shirt, and I was like sweaty, and I was ready to get it off, and it yanked that chain like a bull in a china shop. I'm still upset about it, but I'll get it fixed. No big deal. Now, that being said, I like a bezel setting. I say all that to say this. I like a bezel setting. I think you will too. I think for that guy that doesn't like to wear jewelry, I think he's going to like a bezel setting, okay? So it's a classic look. It's elegantly simplistic. You can wear this, yes, of course, with like a tuxedo. It's still going to add style and elegance and class. But you can also wear it with jeans, blue jeans, and t-shirt, much like I'm wearing right now. In fact, this looks pretty cool with my green shirt, yeah? I think so. I like this a lot. And you're going to like the price. We're doing this for $140. You're going to get it home for about $100. $105.44 to be precise. For one of the rarest gemstones out there. This is a carat 75 too, I should say. Which is wild that we're offering a carat 75 of a grandidierite. It's a collector's gemstone. It's a connoisseur's gemstone. It's a gemstone most people have never heard of. Most people will never have an opportunity to get. It's a conversation piece. Okay? And I encourage you to do a deep dive. But get this on. I mean, it's on clearance now. I will say that. Clearance item. Look, you're getting it for less than the price, I think, of the sterling silver that comes in. It's a very nice, thick, sturdy ring. It's very heavy, very weighty. When I first put it on, I almost thought it was platinum because of the weightiness and the thickness of it. So it's got a real substantial feel to it. The mounting alone, I think, could run you easily what we're charging you for, but to get a carat 75 of this rare of a gemstone is something very, very impressive. It's going to be a 925 sterling silver. You have rhodium overlay on that, very expensive metal. We discussed this earlier, right? Platinum family metals, one of the 5 platinum family metal members, and very expensive per troy ounce. It's going to keep it from oxidizing and keep it from tarnishing as quickly. So you're going to have that look of silver. You're going to have that look of the precious white metal with that overlay. It's going to last you and last and last without having to do all the polishing and cleaning that you might have to do after a year or so or two with sterling silver. But this is an excellent, excellent opportunity. Now, the good news is you're getting it with a carat 75, well over a carat and a half benchmark on a very rare gemstone with a fantastic classic style mounting, nice finished undergallery. The bad news is you're not going to have that 30-day inspection period, but you're getting it basically for probably what we have in it, if not a little bit less. Anytime we have a clearance item, that's the deal. You won't have the 30-day inspection period, but look, $21 gets it home, and you'll be done paying for it if you want to do it that way. You'll be done. I think there's going to be 5 budget pays of $21. You're going to pay less than $1 a day after your initial investment. I think everybody's going to be able to afford that. Perfect Father's Day gift for that person that doesn't want to spend a ton of money, wants to get something cool for Dad, and something that will not disappoint. It's really cool looking ring. I like that a lot. That's going to be shop 9.
Shop 8.
Shop 8. Okay? Shop 8. And we have on that one in terms of availability, we got a good bit of those. I think that's the only reason that was done on clearance. So yeah, we've got it available in the various sizes as well. Unless you need a size 10, unless you need a size 13, we've only got 1 in that. Wait, which ones are the? Oh, no. We've only got 1 in a size 10 and 2 in a size 11. If you need those, I would say you need to move quickly on that and get a jump on Father's Day. Look, it's going to be about a month away. Okay? All right. Now, let's move on. So that one's going to be shop 8. Shop 8. Now, let's talk about this month's birthstone, ladies and gentlemen. The first ring that we showed you, one of the most popular gemstones out there, that was that ruby ring. This,
one of the 3 kings.
One of the 3 kings, precisely. This is going to be a very similar mounting to the number 1, to the shop 1 that we started the show off with. And I love that, and I love this one. And this is a premium emerald. That is a very, very expensive gemstone. This is one of the things I love. Now, one of the first questions that a client asked me, they said, what kind of metal is that in? This one is going to be in vermeil, okay? And it was a fair question. It was a good question. And I'm glad you asked it. So this is going to be the same mounting, the same style mounting. What you're getting is this, I hesitate to say ballerina style mounting when we're talking about gents ring, but fair enough. Ballerina style mount. It's what it's called. When you have these baguettes that surround it in a halo, it's one of my favorites. Baguettes will show everything. These are going to be diamonds, so you got really clean, really beautiful, blinding white diamonds. Going to be about. That cannot be right. There's no way that's 7 points.
It kind of reminds me of a roulette table.
Yeah, very much. Very much like a roulette table. Almost like the keys of a piano. That cannot be the full diamond, because there's no way that's not 6 baguettes. Okay, there we go. Okay, that makes more sense now. For some reason, they broke it into 2. So 24 plus 7, that makes, all right, now I'm back in. Yeah. So you're going to have a total of 20 plus, you're going to have a total of 26 baguettes, tapered around the edges, obviously, but beautifully set there. All right, channel set surrounding this. Absolutely amazing emerald. That emerald, and the reason why I even brought up vermeil is because we give you here at Shop LC. It's one of the reasons why I've been able to collect. I'm a gemstone nerd, because going back over 10 years when I used to work at Gem Shopping Network, we had a lot of fantastic gemstones. That's where I sort of cut my teeth there. And we had a lot of very, very high-end luxury gemstones. The problem was most of those items were in gold. And even with a good salary there and a good salary here, I can't just go and buy it as a gemstone nerd. I can't be a collector and a connoisseur myself. I can't just go and buy a whole bunch of, because gold is expensive, platinum is expensive. But vermeil, the delivery system, and silver is still affordable for now, enough to where I can get high quality gemstones like this. A gemstone, absolutely 110%. That emerald, worthy of being an 18 karat gold. Now it's in a vermeil, 2.5 microns, as I discussed earlier, on top of 925 sterling silver. The delivery system and the amazing, combined with the amazing prices and the fact that we manufacture a lot of our jewelry here, our parent company does, and so we basically get it almost direct, and we're like a direct source. We're cutting out all the middlemen. Allows me to get, and is allowing you to get, in this case, an emerald that you would normally pay a small fortune for, that is top gem quality, for less than $3,000, less than $4,000. We're doing this ring for $400 and $399. All right, you're going to take 25% off of that. You're getting it for $299 after the code LIVE25. Emeralds, I will say, and this could be anecdotal, I think the marketplace will bear this out. Emeralds tend to be a little bit more expensive right now than, say, rubies and sapphires, I would say. I know, for example, here we get a lot less of them. We've struggled to get as many emeralds as we have gotten and been able to show you here, because the price has gotten so wild out there on emeralds. The Zambian mine, there's been several issues there. That's one of the largest producers. Most of the mines, or the emeralds that you're going to see in circulation now, the majority of them are coming from that Zambian mine. That mine has started to ease up, as from what I understand and what I'm hearing, just in the gem world. And this is not gospel, but take it for what it's worth. Just from what I hear, and I'm traveling these circles, is that it's not producing quite as many good quality gemstones as it used to. This is a very, very fine gemstone. I would reckon that if we were to grade this would probably be in that AAA category. That's my personal opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But I've been in this business for a very long time, and I know that kind of emerald, with that kind of clarity, quite frankly, and that kind of rich color, you got a nice, see, notice those blue undertones? That is a very, very fine quality emerald. That's an emerald I would think that would command, if you're, let's just say the blue box store, right? You take that exact same emerald, you put it in 18 karat gold, you put it in platinum, and I think you're talking about a $10,000 ring at the blue box store. And I'm not going to say the name of them, but I think a lot of you can kind of read between the lines. A very popular store with a nice little blue box. But I'm not buying a box. I'm not going to wear a box. I want that gemstone. That is a valuable gemstone. That is benchmark size as well. It's going to be close to a carat on that one. Can we go back to that? Because it looks like a carat, but emeralds can be a little tricky. So this is 84 points, but it's 7 by 5 millimeters. All right. So if we were talking about a diamond, that would be well over a carat. It'd be a carat plus. So you're getting a look of a carat. It's 84 points, though. Full disclosure. And then again, as I said before, I think 27 points in the diamonds. So a fantastic opportunity, especially at $299 with 18 karat gold overlay vermeil on top of 925 precious metals. So still a very, very valuable mounting, but totally worthy of being in solid 18 karat and or platinum. This one is a winner. I'd say if you love it, if you have a May birthday, if you want to get this for Father's Day, this one will not disappoint. The clarity on that emerald is very fantastic. Yes, you're going to see what's called a jardin or a garden. That's French for garden. And a shout out to my lovely boss lady who is from Canada, and she helped me pronounce. I'm still might be butchering it, but she helped me. I was like, "How do you pronounce it?" The jardin? She's like jardin. It's like that sounds a lot better than jardin. It's just a French word for garden. So in other words, emeralds are supposed to have inclusion. They're expected to. It's a type 3 gemstone. Much like a rubellite, they're usually going to be heavily included. To have this kind of clarity is extraordinarily rare in an emerald. To have this minimal in inclusions, it's a fantastic look. So take advantage of that one, folks. If you want a very affordable and good-looking emerald that has a big presence, that ring and a very cool design on that one too, almost like a Rolex style with the ballerina. Those are genuine diamonds, genuine earth mine emerald. That emerald alone, I think, is worth well over probably closer to the starting price of what we're asking for that ring. I would say
shop 9,
and that one's going to be shop 9. Now, for those emerald lovers, we're going to go directly into another one here, and I love this one as well for different reasons. Now, this one's going to be AAA. This one is graded, so I think.
And this will be white gold.
Now this one's going to be, you got an oval, so you got a brilliant oval here. It's going to be AAA. It is Zambian as well. You got a nice oval here. You got a nice halo of diamonds surrounding that one. Those are going to be natural yellow diamonds as well. More than likely, probably Ellendale mine diamonds. Those from an Australian mine that's closed along with the Argyle that was responsible for a majority of what you're going to see out in the marketplace today of natural yellows. These are not going to be irradiated. Now, I sold a ton of irradiated diamonds last night on the television side of things. I think they're fantastic. They do hold value. They are valuable because those are genuine earth mine diamonds, right? But when you get a natural yellows, it does have a little bit more in terms of value to get naturals. It's just like if I was to bring you a ruby that was heat treated, which most of them are, sapphire, most of them are heat treated. Usually it adds to the value, right? But now if you get one that's all natural and it still has the amazing color that say a heat treated one was, side by side, and they look exactly the same, all things being equal, if one is natural, it's going to be more valuable, just the way it is. All right, but they're both very valuable. So that's just a comment on that. Now, that being said, you're going to get 25 points of yellow diamonds surrounding this in the halo. Why do I like that? Because I think yellow is one of the best looks for any green gemstone, which is why I'm so pleased that this is the best of both worlds. Because look what they did with the prongs. That's not by mistake. That is by design, and that is a sign of good design work because this ring is solid gold. It's going to be a 10-karat gold. So we've got white gold. We've got the best of both worlds here. We've got white gold on the exterior, which I love as a precious white, a precious metal or noble metal even with the gold, and with a little bit of rhodium or palladium and zinc mixed in there to give it that white luster. Then you've got the gold prongs. So we've really incorporated all the best elements. Yellow diamonds, going to get great contrast, great transition color. They complement each other so nicely, yellow and green. Now, that being said, we're doing this for $26.69. Your final price after you use the code LIVE25 is going to get it down around $2,000, $2,002. You have a $400 budget pay. So for our friends out there that are wanting that solid gold, they're wanting to just skip over, they want the good quality, top gem quality on that emerald.
4 available.
And that is a carat 75. That is a big boy on that emerald.
4 available.
There are only 4 of these, though. That's the problem. So I would say if you love it, you're going to be able to get one. But you probably, if you can get it in your size, that I would move quickly on it. All right, this one is top gem quality. Again, that's going to be AAA. What does that mean? It just means in terms of color saturation, it doesn't get much better than that. It's going to be better than 95% of what you're going to see out at the retail world in terms of earth mined emeralds. And there's a big distinction when we talk about lab created emeralds versus earth mined. Basically, if it's just too pretty, it's either $50,000 a carat material, or more than likely the latter, which is it is going to be a lab-created emerald. Okay, if there's no inclusions, yeah, red flag. So this one has a nice jardin or garden. Some minimal, but super duper clean for a Type 3, one of the most heavily included gemstones in the world that's expected to have some. This is super, super crystal clean. Now, that being said, take advantage of it. 4 of them, all right? That's all we have, and that is in solid gold. Going to be 10 karat too. You're going to be able to wear that every day. You wear it with a tuxedo. You wear it with jeans. You've got a durable gemstone. Emeralds are about an 8 on the most hardness scale. There's not too many other gemstones that can scratch it up. So you've got something very, very special with this piece. And again,
Harry Sims joining us on Facebook, commenting, "I need a genuine emerald."
Genuine emerald? You've got them.
Yes.
She just joined us. I'm going to have to flash in this one that we just showed. This one was in the vermeil, 18 karat vermeil. That's going to be 84 points, shop 9. And this one is shop 10. That is a carat 75, a whopper of an emerald. To get well over and closer to the 2 karat benchmark is pretty impressive. And we get into very, very expensive territory there. Obviously, it's just more rare to have anything. If we're talking a 2 karat, it's going to be exponentially more rare than just a 1 karat. When we talk about this kind of gemstone with quartz, you can get a little bit higher on the carat weights, and it's neither here nor there until you get to about 6 or 7 carats, right? With something like an amethyst, because the crystals you tend to grow in larger crystal structures. But when you're talking about really fine quality emeralds, very, very rare to see anything well over a carat and 3/4, and that's what you're getting right there, okay? But this one, fantastic, gives you the look of a carat with 84 points on that nice large, because it was a 7, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was a 7x5, nice big emerald octagon. So there's no wrong decision here. This one was under 1,000. This one's going to be about 2,000, which is unbelievable. You can get them both for under $500 on budget pay.
Oh, nice. Carrie's also a May baby. She commented that's her first time.
Oh, hey, okay, cool. What day in May? If you mind me asking, Miss Carrie. And thank you for joining. So wait, she's like that one, but I showed them both. Not sure which one she's talking about, but
so she could comment shop 9 or shop 10, depending on which one.
Yeah, look, there's no wrong decision here. It's just a question of where your budget lies, and I think they're both fantastic. All right. So thank you for watching, Carrie. Let me know if you have any other questions. Very cool. Both of them. Can't go wrong. All right, now, that being said, let us move on to shop 11. How are we doing on time? Not very good.
We're going to do our Tanzanite piece next.
Okay, let me do a quick reset. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. If you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube now, we want to welcome you. You guys just put in the comment section, we just did shop 10 and shop 9. You would put shop 9 in the comment section, like right down there. And click on that. It's going to redirect you to the website if you decide you want to maybe find out a little bit more information about a piece, or if you're ready to pull the trigger. For example, with this one we only have 4 left, so that one probably going to sell out. This one we have a few more, I think, on the emerald cut, didn't we?
Yes, and she also commented May 22nd, and she also commented, "Where do I go to shop?"
You go.
She's joining us on Facebook, so she'll just comment.
So shop 10 or shop 9 in the comment section, right? I think it should be like right there,
yes,
right?
She just needs to comment shop 9 or shop 10, depending.
And then just click on just put that in the comment section. Same thing for anybody who's watching on Instagram or the YouTube out there.
Yes.
And then if you're watching on, and same thing really for if you're watching on TikTok as well. Only difference with TikTok is that Elias, who you're hearing in the background here, our wonderful producer, he's just going to send you a link, and you'll click on that link.
Yes,
He'll just respond with a link.
And the link will be sent directly to their DMs, direct messages.
And it'll be sent directly to your DM, okay, for TikTok alone. But everybody else, and of course, if you're on the Shop LC website, where you guys can always go check it out now, you just go to live stream, not live TV. If your feed goes down for whatever reason, I know TikTok was out for a hot minute last week or the week before, you can always go watch it watch these live at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Central Time on shoplc.com.
Shout out to Steve joining us as well.
Hey Steve, how are you? Welcome, welcome. We got mostly a hymns, but we've had a lot of great stuff for the ladies as well. And of course, any of these can be worn by the ladies. I think they're fantastic looks. We had a client earlier, we were reading a testimonial of a client who had, or no, we were just talking, I think it was a testimonial about that wonderful rhodolite garnet ring, which was so cool. Which I was like, that's a killer guy's ring. But no, look, ladies, don't be scared. Now, they're going to be in larger sizes, so just kind of, you keep that in your hip pocket, but going to be sizable for the most part. All right, let's move on to shop 12.
Yes.
Or is it shop 11 we're on?
Shop 11.
The Tanzanite. Yes. Now, most of you are familiar with Tanzanite. I know we've spoiled you rotten with Tanzanite, but so just the broad strokes here, real quick. Relatively new gemstone, discovered late 60s, brought to market by Tiffany & Company. Rich pedigree, one source gemstone, only found in Tanzania, very small region of the earth, about a 4.5 square mile strip, where there was about 4 mines. They were called A through D block, A, B, D, C, A, B, C, D, and D block. As I understand it, the mine was nationalized about 2.5, 3, maybe 4 years ago now. Because of theft, it concerns by the government of Tanzania. The only place on earth this gemstone, which is a heat treated blue zoisite, and sometimes it's sort of a dingy brown, but when they heat treat it, Lord, does it turn into, with the fine quality, it turns into probably the most beautiful blue or blue violet gemstone the world has ever seen. It is spectacular if you get good quality, and this is fine quality, AAA material in terms of color saturation. It doesn't get much finer than that other than, say, a quad A. It's just a grading system. But when you get good quality AAA like this, you're talking about in the top 10 percentile of one of the finest and most beautiful blue gemstones you will ever see in your lifetime. Deeper the blue, the deeper, I guess there's A, AA, AAA, then Quad A. Quad A is going to be the top of the line when it comes to color saturation hue. That's what we talk about when we talk about AAA. But that's going to put you in the top 5 to 10 percentile range, so better than most gemstones out there. And it's going to be 1,000 times more rare than a diamond. So when you get into AAA category, we're talking exponentially more rare than a diamond. Absolutely beautiful. About a 7.5 on the most hardness scale. Very, very rare gemstone. Gemstone that's probably going to be mostly, I think all the most of the good stuff has been spoken for, like this, and the Quad A's are probably, for the most part, you're going to still see them pulling some out, but from what I understand, most of the 3 out of the 4 mines are no longer even active. I think only C block mine is still active. But this is very fine quality material. If you find Tanzanite at the retail level, it's only going to be at your high-end luxury retailers, and they're going to charge you a fortune for it. You can go to the Blue Box website right now and see a carat 75 for about, I think, $12,000 to $13,000. It'll be in platinum. It'll be in a beautiful setting. It'll be a beautiful gemstone, and it'll have a beautiful presentation. I have no beef with it, but I don't want to pay $13,000. I don't want to pay $12,000. I don't want to pay $10,000 when I know I can get this for $2,500. Actually, I can get it for less than $2,000 because I'm going to use the code LIVE25. Yes. Live25, you're going to get this for well under $2,000, $1,949. You have budget pay opportunity on this of $389. I understand that might be a considered purchase for a lot of us out there, but look, this is in 10 karat yellow gold, 8 grams. So for 8 grams of like that mounting these days with the price of gold, probably easily going to run you the price of what we're charging you on this. Now, let's scroll down if we could just for a little bit. I want to see what the center stone carat weight is at a minimum. I should also point out that this does have the halo, much like that previous emerald that we showed you, of yellow diamonds. They're going to be natural yellow diamonds. So if you could... Oh, you stepped out for a second. Let's see. 2 carat 15. I'm just going to go out. I can figure it out. I'm going to give you a guesstimate. I'm going to say that is well over a carat 50 on this center stone. It has the look probably, and you can have a look for yourself. All right. It has the look probably. An oval, you get a lot of bang for your buck. So I'm hesitant. I always want to under promise and over deliver. Scroll down. I'm sorry. I just want to get that center stone. It's probably going to be just under 2 carats, I would imagine, because you got 2 carat 15, probably about 20 points in the yellow diamonds. Yeah, about a carat 85. Going to give you the look, though. You got a 9x7 oval, right? Amplified by that yellow diamond halo. So it's going to give you, for all intents and purposes, you're getting a look. With a 9x7, that's going to give you a nice, good 2 carat look. Carat 85 is a very large stone, though, when we're talking about Tanzanite. We're well over that carat and a half, carat 3/4 benchmark. Okay? Folks, $389. Just the mounting, and you did very well for yourself. Got a nice finished under gallery. Solid gents ring. I like that you got the diamonds going down either side, the left and the right. Good bit of the yellow diamonds there, natural yellow diamonds, of course, commanding a premium now too. But that is a solid gents ring. So if you want, probably what I think is, I can't think of too many other gemstones that I think are going to appreciate as much. This is just personal opinion, but shared by many people that I know that are a lot smarter than me too. But I think this is going to be one of the gemstones that appreciates in the coming years. We've already seen a big price spike. If you notice, we're not doing as many tanzanite. We try to, whenever we can get a little bit here and a little bit there, we try to put on a couple hours for you over the weekend sometimes, but we're just not getting as much as we used to. Not of the very fine premium quality like this. So if you haven't gotten a tanzanite yet, what have you been waiting for? You need to grab it. Get it home. You have a 30-day inspection period. So that one, I think, is going to be one that you're going to see a big appreciation. So I'm not an investment advisor, but from an investment standpoint, that would be the one today that I would probably, between this and the turquoisite, probably this one in particular, I would probably take advantage of. If you're wanting something that I think is going to appreciate, something that you're absolutely going to love. Look, everybody loves blue anyway. It's like I think the majority of people's favorite color, it seems like. My favorite color is black. That's like nobody's favorite color.
I like maroon.
People say it's not even a color. It's the absence of color. I think it's awesome. But what do I know? Now, that being said, we're about to go into what is another big favorite color. If blue's not your favorite color or green, chances are you're a red person. I want to hear from you guys, though. I'm just curious. Just anecdotal and just a point of curiosity. What's your favorite color out there? We'd love to hear from you guys. But red's definitely got to be up there. This is the color of power, the color of passion. I feel like this. I thought this was in platinum because it's so heavy. Platinum's such a dense metal. The atoms are packed so tightly. That's the reason it's so strong and so heavy. It feels so heavy. Even if it's a gram of platinum versus like a gram of silver, it just feels more weighty. But this has the feel of platinum for whatever reason. It's going to be in 14 karat white gold though. So for all intents and purposes, it does have mixed in with it probably platinum family metals. Now, this is on clearance. Full disclosure, you do not have the opportunity to return it. You're not going to have that 30-day inspection period, but you're also going to be getting a well over pigeon's blood red. The picture behind me does not do it justice. That's a washed out looking photo. This, I hope you guys are seeing it. That is rich, deep pigeon's blood red. That is the ideal. That is what people spend a lot of money for when we talk about rubies. Of course, your July birthstone, the king of gemstones. This would be great for the ladies too. In fact, this one's a little too small for me. So we do have this in the smaller sizes down to 7.5. But because we had so many of these, we did put it on clearance. And that's the reason why you're not going to be paying, for a 2 karat 25 ruby. Are you kidding me? You should be well in excess of, I'd say, $5,000. Probably, no, for here, maybe not $5,000. Probably right around, I'd say, $2,900. We're doing it not for $2,900 because look, you're talking about nearly 9 grams of 14 karat white gold. Okay, so for nearly 9 grams, yeah, it should easily be because you've got. I mean that's at a minimum probably $3,000 to $4,000 a carat material. Once we get into the 2 karat benchmark, well past it, 9x7, that kind of quality, it's fantastic. Now we're doing this for 1987. So the bad news, not a 30-day inspection period. The good news, you're getting it probably at or below what we have in it, or at least darn close to it. So that is a fantastic deal. Again, this is a very weighty piece. It's not like you're going to get it home and be like, why is it so light? Why does it feel cheap? No, it feels very, very substantial because it is. And this is a smaller version of it. This is probably this is probably an 8, a size 8. So for all intents and purposes, it should have less and it should be less weighty, but it's just so dense. And part of that could be because you got that very, very nice stone. It'd be a 9 on the Mohs hardness scale. You wear this every single day. Also like the bypass styling. It's different. I think a bypass ring is one of the coolest looks on the ladies. I like it for the gents as well. You got the nice mill grain there. Kind of give you the look nice texturing there. Not necessarily the look of diamond. Sometimes it does. This one I just said, it just has a very cool and unique look. It's a little bit different from the more, I guess, symmetrical, designs which we brought you, which I think there's a place for all of those. And so I like this one just because it's different. I like different. I like the cigar style banding as well. So it's going to have a nice big full look. And that gemstone, very, very nice. Now, on that one, you're going to have even some half sizes available to you. So I would encourage you to grab those, especially if you're somebody that really likes the half sizes and needs the half sizes, because that is going to be a really, really great opportunity there. We're going to have a total of about 7 of those to go around. So not as many as I thought, but we do have it in some random sizes, like 7.5 and what have you. But it's very sizable, though.
Yes, half sizes are pre-order.
Oh, okay. There's a pre-order. Okay, gotcha. Copy that. Okay. Yeah. So, no, as it stands, the ones that we're going to have, so the pre-order is going to take you a lot longer on those, but I will say the ones that we do have at least readily available is going to be 2 in a size 8, of which I have 1, and then 5 in the size 9. Okay, but very sizable. Okay, so fantastic opportunity. This is going to be shop.
This is going to be shop 12.
Shop 12. Right. Oh, wait a second. Real quick, that's not the final word. You're not getting this for $2,000 or $1,987. I didn't even mention with a code Live 25, you're getting this for less than $1,500 for 2 1/4 carat, nearly 9 grams of 14 karat gold. This is the way to shop the clearance items on this show right here. When you get that code Live 25, somebody made a mistake. Woo-hoo-hoo. Get that ring. All right, grab that one. Might be the best deal of the show. We've had some amazing deals at this show. The money we're saving, you can get it. You can get it sized, no problem. Gentlemen, ladies, grab those. We got them in the 8. That's going to work for most ladies. I think you're going to be able to find a finger and make it fit. Now, the next thing we're bringing you, this is going to be Italian Regal. Ladies, I want you to come into the fold here. In fact, I think ladies probably more so than gentlemen on this particular one. It's 18 inches. That's a little tougher deal for me. Guys, if you can rock an 18-inch, go for it. This is cool for the ladies, but definitely for the gentlemen as well. It's definitely got that Italian design. And by Italian, I mean unique, classy, sophisticated. The pedigree, the Italian designers we use for the gold that we have are some of the best in the world. And look at that. It's unlike almost anything you're going to see out there in the retail world. Look, I love a rope. I just broke one of my favorite rope chains the other day. Accidentally, of course. I'm going to get it fixed. That's the cool thing about gold. It's super easy, right? But this is different. I like a rope chain. I like a curb chain. But this is rare to see. This is something that's a little bit different, something you're not going to see just anywhere. We're calling this the Regal Oval Link chain. Now, it's 10 karat gold. It's almost 10 grams. Going to be 18 inches. Guys, if you can rock an 18-inch, I'm going to say go for it. All right? We do have this nice pendant, which we're going to get to probably shortly thereafter. We've got to hustle, dude. I'm almost out of time. Can we get to the bag? Will we have time to get to the bag?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to get to that bag too because I know it's just a little bit different, but we've done a lot of jewelry, so I want to at least get to the bag then because I think we're just about out of time. That should get just about everything, right?
Trying to give them the price and then we'll move on.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Though I wish I had more time to devote to it. It is sensational. Now I will say that on this one we've got there's only 3 available. Okay, so we got 3. So this is a last in stock, literally last in stock. Will we ever get another one like it in? I don't know. A lot of these Italian designers, they're a little finicky with repeats, okay? Because they're artists. They're artisans, but they're artists, right? Now, we're doing this, and this is going to be shop 13. We're doing this for $1,909. For 10 grams of 10 karat gold, that is a fantastic deal. I think in the retail world, we're probably looking at around anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 for this exact same thing. Because you got the pedigree of that Italian design. It's almost different than anything else you're going to see out there. You got like a sparkle chain surrounded by nice Rollo, almost link chain. It's just unlike anything else, right? It's going to give you a nice big chunky look that belies the gram weight. Even though it's a lot of gram weight, the chunky look that you're getting on that, I think that gives you like a 20 gram look. Now, you're going to get it for $14.32 after the code LIVE25, but you're not going to get it if you don't jump on this one quick. There's only 3 left. More than likely going to sell out. Would make the ideal look if you blew it. You waited too long on Mother's Day. Take a picture of this. Go to shop 13 and grab it quick. There's 3 left. And just send her a photo. I know it's not sexy, but it's going to have teeth. If you send her the photo of it, she's going to be like, oh, thank you. But then when she gets it in the mail or when you deliver it to her, that's when the real happiness begins. So basically you're going to get a double whammy because she's going to be very appreciative at the picture. This is like, okay, cool, a picture. It's still thoughtful. It's a thought that counts. We all know that. So I'll give you a pass, especially when she sees it and feels it and has a chance to put it on, sees how amazing it looks. There's 3 left. You can get it for $286 on budget pay. If she doesn't love it, you can send it back. You have 30 days. It's not a clearance item. It's a good one. There's 3. Okay? I got to move on. I'm just almost out of time, so I apologize. I wish I could give that. And I'm just going to give an honorable mention here because that is such a cool ring. That's going to be in that sterling silver with the 22 karat gold overlay. That's a super cool, very, very fine gents ring. Ladies, if you want to grab that, you can do that as well. I'm not sure the sizes. We're going to put all that up as well as that really cool pendant that we just saw with a nice firefly. I love the detail of that. We've shown that before, but I asked to get it back just anytime we can. I like it for the gents. I like it for the ladies. I don't wear a lot of pendants. I would rock this. It's a cool, super cool look. You've got both the dragon and the dragonfly. Now, I'm not going to put it up. We're just going to put it up online along with all the others. So you guys can go to shoplc.com and go to live stream, and you'll be able to pull up all of these, okay, that I'm not able to get to. I'm just giving them honorable mentions, and I apologize for not being able to get it to them. I just rambled on too long. But we're going to move on to our final item. Now, this is a clearance item. It should not be on clearance. It doesn't have to be. Because when you have genuine leather, and I wish we had smell-o-vision, you could see and you could hear, so we have 2 of the senses here. But something about the smell of genuine leather is just fantastic. It's a rugged, clean, that new car smell, it's just fantastic. It's fresh. Now, this is going to be perfect for the ladies or the gentlemen, so I would invite the ladies to come in. This would make a cool gym bag, I think. It's perfect for carry-on size. So if you're going for maybe just a weekend getaway, you just want to pack a little light packing. But definitely, this is going to be that carry-on size, perfect for again the ladies or the gentlemen. I think you're allowed to bring on. Ladies can bring on 2 bags. I think everybody can, I guess. But ladies get to have their purse, guys, and so you can bring a carry-on and this. And you can probably just put it in your lap or maybe at your feet. So that gives you your extra, like a dude purse, so to speak. But perfect size, I think, especially for like a gym bag, for example. Now, this in solid leather, right? You got the nice patching, you got the nice double stitching too. You got several compartments on here. This is a clearance item. I remember when we were doing these for $49.99. We got it on clearance today for $39.99. So you got this nice side pocket there, right? I love it when bags have that. So that's a cool feature there. And that's going to fit, you can fit like a nice little, you can a little canteen of water in that if you want to. It's got a nice big, I like the fact that it's got this little buckle style, so if you want to just kind of snap that too, that's going to be cool to do as well. This is just a little genuine leather deal. Now, it's also got this feature, which I like as well. You got the double zipper, right? So that's pretty cool. And we're going to unzip this. And you're going to have the nice interior. You can fit put up whatever items you want. You're also going to have the large strap. That's coming along for the ride as well. Also, a little bit of genuine leather on that too. So if you want to do it cross body, you're having to hustle through the airport, what have you, or just want to look cool. So, or if you got some weighty stuff in there, that's going to definitely come in handy. So you can take that on or remove it if you need to, but that's going to give you that crossbody. And I like the fact that if you do have something kind of weighty in there, which you tend to probably will if you're going to be wearing or utilizing it that way, or maybe you just need to have your hands free, then that's definitely going to be a cool way to do it right there. Now, or you can remove it. In terms of the interior, here's the good news, right? Here's the little surprise piece. I work with a British dude. He is a producer. His name's Glenn. You guys hear us talking about it. Me and Deanna talk about it, or me and Becky, who I do Fridays with a lot of times. He calls it a bum bag, fanny pack, whatever you want to call it. Now, they've seen a renaissance. Don't call it a comeback. They've been here for years. They never will go on. But they're super, super in vogue right now, super popular. I just call it a bag. I don't call it a fanny pack. I don't call it a bum bag. I just call it a really cool and convenient bag, because I would probably wear it in the front. You can wear it whichever way you want. You can adjust it. I'm a fat guy in a little coat right now because I don't have time to adjust it for the purposes of time constraints. But this is also going to be solid leather. This is ideal. You're going to that festival, you're going to that screen on the green, whatever it may be, and you need to have your hands free. You don't need to be encumbered. You got to grab a cold beer or whatever and have it in your hand. This is ideal. You keep your wallet in there, you put your passport, you're out traveling, you're going around wherever you're going. This is perfect. You can wear it whichever way situated you want. Heck, you can even wear it crossbody if you so choose. Like that. That's kind of a cool look too. Yeah. Actually, that might be the way to go. Because you can extend this, okay? I just don't have time to do it right now. You're going to snap into place. Going to stay nice and secure. You got that nylon strap, but this is all genuine leather. And the thing that's so cool about it, you've also got this back zipper too. It's kind of a little secret compartment there. You've got two in the front. I love the fact that they zip up. Going to keep whatever you decide to put in here, no matter how valuable it is, nice and secure. Again, you've got that nice double stitching, all genuine leather. And of course, there's your interior of the bag. Of course, we've got this nice shirt. We're going to include that as well. And folks, that is about all the time we have. I want to say thank you so much. So you get both of these for $39.99. Or do you? That's right. We're going to take 25% off. Live 25, you're going to get it for $29.99. So you're going to get $10 off the clearance price. And you're getting all of this. Genuine leather. That's a whole lot. And it smells amazing. Oh my gosh. Both of them. We've got enough to go around, but not a ton. I'll say we got about probably 2 dozen of those. Okay? So take advantage of that deal. You're never going to get that for less. I remember when we sold that, and I'm not ashamed that we sold it for $49.99 because it's totally worth it. With both of those that you get, oh yeah, it's worth it. But $29.99? That is wild. So congratulations in advance. Perfect Father's Day gift. Perfect for ladies. Give this to dad or give this to mom or vice versa. Whatever, whichever. You got both right there. You knocked it out and you're getting it for $29. That's unbelievable. Get a couple of those. You can buy as many as you want. But we only got about 2 dozen. Now, coming up at the 2 o'clock hour. Do we happen to have at least... I'll only give them a little preview. I'm just going to give a quick plug here. Look at this. I love that bag. I'm getting one. You guys got some competition. I'll give you 24 hours. If they're not sold out, I'm going to grab one. We got a whole nother. This is going to be a lifestyle show that we have coming up for you. This is going to be a lot of cool, just gadgets and things that are with a lot of practical use, and some items that you didn't know that you needed or wanted, and you're gonna see them and you're like, oh, that. I need that. It's a fun show coming up. That's going to be at 2 p.m. There's going to be something in every price range. They're all going to be wildly affordable. Mostly everything I think is going to be well under $100. Sort of a lot of lifestyle, a lot of little cool sort of, just perfect items for whatever, home goods and things like that. So that's going to be super fun. I'm excited to bring that to you at 2 p.m. I hope you guys will come back and watch then. Thank you. God bless you. If you missed any portion of this show, you can, again, always go and watch those at shoplc.com under live stream, not live TV. All right, so I'm going to see you guys back at 2. Very good. Thank you guys, everybody who commented today too. We appreciate you, love and respect you, and take advantage of these deals. A lot of lasting stocks on that one. A lot of good stuff. All right, we'll see you guys at 2. Thanks.
Bring this down. Give me a second.
Cool stuff, man. Do we have everything for the 2 o'clock show?
Second.
On the list. Oh, we got the stun. Oh, we got the stun gun. I love that. The stun gun is so cool, and it comes with a mace. That's cool stuff. I've been wanting to do that on a live stream because you said that I could stun you, right? I can electrocute you.